Hello, I'm Dr. Patrick Porter, and I'm the son of a hypnotist. What does that mean? Not only was I trained as a hypnotherapist, but my father was also a hypnotherapist, so I was brought up with it. At the dinner table, we talked about hypnotherapy. We talked about positive thinking. We talked about positive affirmations. We did all of the things that you're probably already in the concept of learning right now, because once you get bit by the bug of self-help, you start buying books, going to seminars, and going to trainings. Well, I was blessed because my father was one of the very first Silva mind control instructors, which meant that he trained in Laredo, Texas with Jose Silva, came back to Michigan, and took his family aside and said, hey, these are my guinea pigs. I'm going to use them first to train them. Well, if you've read my book, Awaken the Genius, you know that my dad was a very good alcoholic. I didn't really like listening to his voice. So what he did was he told me how to do it. He bought me a tape recorder, gave me a list of affirmations, and I made my very first hypnosis process at the age of 12. Now, I've been using affirmations, positive information, and hypnosis since that day. In fact, along the journey of hypnosis, I was trained by Dr. Paul Adams. I was trained by Bandler and Grinder and NLP. I was trained by the Ericksonian Foundation. I have taken so much training that it pales in comparison my schooling, where I was trained by Louisiana Baptist University in psychology and counseling. That training was good, but I used very little of it because psychology really didn't get the results that I wanted for my clients and patients. Even when I wrote a program for the state of Arizona for DUIs called Hidden Solutions, I used more of my training in NLP and hypnosis than I did my psychology background. That's because in psychology, you talk. And I learned very early in my life in sports, talk is cheap. Action puts points on the board. And what I've designed through psycholinguistics is my study of all of these sciences as I brought them together in the art of hypnosis and created a book called Discover the Language of the Mind. And by creating that technology and then marrying it with technology, I went to school at first for electronics. So my love is electronics. I love computers. I love electronics. And during one of my hypnosis trainings in Las Vegas, actually in 1987, I met up with a group at Light and Sound Research, and they introduced me to the very first light and sound machine. It was a unit about the size of a bread box and cost $10,000. But that exposed me to the science of light and sound. I had to have one. And the long and short of it was I didn't have $10,000. But what I did have was motivation and drive, and I had the ability to visualize. So my partner, Dr. Stan Fuco, I knew if I got him on the equipment, not only would I have the money, but I'd have that sales machine. And by God, I got him on the equipment. He did the demo. He loved it. I said, Stan, if you buy that equipment, I'll use it. That started the journey of using light and sound with Positive Changes clients everywhere. We've seen hundreds of thousands of clients now over the years. We've developed 7 different generations of light and sound machines. I'm the inventor of the ZenFrames, which is the newest evolution of light and sound technology. In fact, we've revolutionized it so well, it's almost like just putting on a pair of sunglasses, but embedded into my sessions, which I now call Creative Visualization and Relaxation. Inside of that program, not only do you have binaural beats, which cause the brain to synchronize and create a whole brain effect, you also have frequency following response. There's a 19 hertz frequency embedded into the file that is triggered by the ZenFrames to cause the light to flash at certain frequencies that guides the brain from the wide awake alert conscious state into a dreamy, drowsy state of relaxation on the threshold of sleep. And for those hypnotists listening to me or watching this video, you know that's very much like hypnosis. So light and sound is a way to create the hypnotic state without a hypnotist. And we put beautiful music in the background. So by marrying these 4 sciences, the science of affirmation, positive suggestion, and relaxation, we put music therapy in, we put binaural beats, and we put the light frequencies. By merging that matrix of these different events, the ZenFrames cause you to go into a state of deep relaxation and transform your life. And this all comes together in the science of self-help, improvement, hypnosis, neurolinguistic programming, and now the science of audio-visual entrainment, brain entrainment. So what you'll share with me along the journey and learning more about my life and my history, and you'll be able to benefit from all of this experience, is my life being the son of a hypnotherapist. And all I can say is, welcome aboard, and I hope to see more of you. Thank you.